Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome back to your offline class. In previous class, we have finished the one chapter, and today we will come to chapter number 12 from your NCERT book Science, that is reproduction in plants. Before coming to the topic reproduction in plants, I know most of you have knowledge about what is reproduction, as reproduction is a life process for continuity of life, and all the living organisms including plants and animals, they all have capability to produce new individual throughout their lifespan, during their lifespan. Okay, now this process of producing new organisms from the existing organism, new organisms being the offspring and existing organisms means the parents, this of the same species is called reproduction. So what is reproduction? We can say the process of producing a new organism from an existing organism, that is the parents of the same species, is known as reproduction. Only the same species it will be produced while reproduction. Okay, now the new individuals produced are the copies of their parents. They are copies of their parents of the existing organisms. Okay, and the process of reproduction is very important for life process, and as it is essential for continuity of the species that I have already told. No, so in this process any organisms just produce their same kind of organisms or same kind of species. Okay, now thus reproduction makes the life continuous, which is not only essential for the survival of an organism, but it is also very necessary for perpetuation and preservation of the species. Why? Because it increases the number of members of the species as it increases day by day. Okay, so here I have discussed what is reproduction in introduction, with introduction. Okay, now comes to mode of reproduction. There are mainly two kinds of reproduction that is takes place in the organisms. Okay, one is sexual mode of reproduction, another is asexual mode of reproduction. First I want to tell you one thing, that in sexual reproduction there is actually involvement of two gamete. One is male gamete, another is female gamete. But in case of asexual reproduction there is no involvement of such gamete cell. Okay, so here only one parent is involved in case of asexual reproduction. Now there are various parts of plants such as roots, stems, leaves, each with a specific function is called vegetative parts. So what are the vegetative parts of a plant? Roots, stems and leaves. So these all are the vegetative parts of this plant, and in this chapter you will come to know about the reproduction of plants. So here you have to be just you have to be known with the term vegetative parts, as vegetative parts also takes parts in reproduction, asexual modes of reproduction. Okay, so here I have told you that what are the vegetative parts of a plant, that are roots, leaves, stems. Okay, so I hope you understood. Now after a certain period of growth, plants bear flowers. As we know, flower is the reproductive part of a plant. There in flower, sepals, petals, then stamen, carpels are present. Flower is the most attractive part of a flower, and that is the reproductive organ of a plant. Now in a flower may be present with two types of gametes, that is one is male gamete, another is female gamete, and a flower that contains only one gamete. So that is why flower can be divided into two groups. One is bisexual flowers, means where both the gametes are present, or both the reproductive organs are present from male and female, and in case of just In case of flower, it will not be mentioned like male and female. Stamen and carpel are the male and female parts, okay. And in some flowers only one types of gamete can be found, that may be male gamete or female gamete, okay. So here we have understood there are different types of flowers with unisexual flowers and bisexual flowers. Unisexual means only one gamete is present, whether it is anther or whether it is stigma, okay. Now comes to another point. As we know, the flower is the reproductive part of a plant. The flowers develop into fruits and seeds, and the parts of plants that participate in the process of sexual reproduction are called reproductive parts and organs, okay. So the plants which take parts or which involves in the reproduction process, they are called reproductive organs. And in the plants, reproductive parts are a flower which may have male or female part or both the part on the same flower. That I have told, that unisexual flower and bisexual flower. Understood? If you have any problem, you can ask me in the e-portal. Okay, students? Now, different organisms reproduce different way. In plants, there are mainly two types of reproduction can be seen, that I have already told, that one is sexual mode of reproduction and there is asexual mode of reproduction. Now, the term sexual, that means involving the fusion of sex cells, means the gametes present in their body, while asexual means without involving the fusion of gametes. So today I have discussed the introduction of the reproduction in plants. Okay, introduction. It was just an introductory class for reproduction in plants. In the next class, I will discuss more the different types of asexual reproduction in plants, also the sexual reproduction in plants. Okay, so I hope you understood. If you have any problem, you can ask me in the e-portal. Okay, students. Thank you. Have a nice day.